We must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Disseminate propaganda to influence people's minds, and this is a major function of the CIA.
Hussein and his regime are concealing their efforts to produce more weapons of mass destruction.
All right, no problem. Welcome back to Notify America. All right, so we are heading into election season, folks. As we all know, the entire year is election season in this country, and we are now just 2 weeks away from 2024, which means let the campaign ads begin and the craziness unfold, because the run-up to November, you better believe, is going to be far crazier than any presidential election, at least that I've seen in my lifetime. We know just how badly the establishment absolutely hates Donald Trump. They would do anything, most likely anything, to prevent him from becoming president again. And it's not only Democrats. We're talking Republicans as well. There are a number of high-profile, powerful Republicans that want nothing more than to see Trump locked up, thrown off the ballot, and erased from the history books. They've already gone above and beyond in this pursuit, sicking the Justice Department on him, bringing charge after charge, civil charges, state charges, federal charges. He's got lawsuits and court battles coming out of his eyeballs, folks. They just won't leave this guy alone. Doing all of this, though, in an attempt to just keeping him from stepping back into the White House. And Liz Cheney said so herself. That's exactly like what she said. She'll do anything she has to keep him from stepping foot back in the White House, which is why these new national polls are so wild and are driving the establishment absolutely crazy. Take a look at this. Trump now leads Biden in 7 key swing states, the Epoch Times writes, saying former President Donald Trump is still America's top pick, according to recent national polls. The first one is a Morning Consult poll, ran for Bloomberg News, surveyed almost 5,000 voters between November 27th to December 6th, showing President Trump leading President Biden 47% to 42%. Now, a 5-point spread, a 5-point margin in the critical states of Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. The margin of error, by the way, for the combined result is just 1 point, 1 percentage point. These are the states that Trump has to win, that he lost in 2020, except for North Carolina. He won North Carolina. Here's the 2020 map at the end of the day. So if the election was tomorrow, according to this poll at least, Trump would likely keep all of these red states that you see, but he would flip 6 more: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. These are the battleground states, folks. See the lines through them? And polling shows his lead growing right now. And in another poll conducted by Rasmussen on December 14th, gave President Trump an 8-point advantage over Biden. This Rasmussen poll, by the way, included RFK Jr., who split the vote in Trump's favor. The results were Trump at 40%, Biden at 32%, and RFK at 16%. So an 8-point spread, 8 points favoring Trump. Now, how likely is it that the election plays out like this? Who the hell knows? We've seen these people go after him in like so many different ways. We've seen how wrong polls are in the past. What's interesting, though, is that in previous elections, pretty much all of them, from what I can remember, the Democrats always had the advantage in polls. So for Trump to be up this much, I mean, it's possible that he may be up even more than what the polls are showing. I'd say start preparing for more surprises, all right? But there are signs, all right? There are whispers, rumors that the establishment may be coming to grips with the fact that Trump is like unstoppable, meaning that they can't seem to stop him from gaining support. Each time they throw something at him, his support seems to grow and Biden's fall. So there's begun to be these whispers around Washington. They started a few weeks ago how a different tack is needed here, a different strategy. And sure enough, what do we see happening? The establishment wing of the Republican Party is now elevating Nikki Haley and floating her name as Trump's VP, trying to put it out there into the ether. This is what they do, folks. And depending on the response, the next step, which may have already happened, we don't know, is getting Trump a message, all right? That's what they would do. They'd probably send someone that he trusts, that he respects, that he's listened to in the past, maybe somebody like Mike Pompeo, which, by the way, is someone that Trump should stay away from at all costs. But remember, Pompeo survived the Trump administration for 4 entire years. First, he was the CIA director, then he became the Secretary of State. But anyways, they would send someone like Pompeo to deliver a message, pick Nikki Haley as your VP, and we back off, or the establishment backs off. Pompeo, or whoever the hell they decide to send, wouldn't say it exactly like that, obviously, but you get the point. To subtly tip the president that he's hearing through his contacts that they want to make a truce or something like that. No more low blows if you choose Nikki as your second. So the question is, will Trump take the bait? Because that's what it is. It's bait. Here's CNN, the CIA news network, already pushing this narrative. Because remember, if he picks somebody like that, all right, somebody who really is an anti-Trumper, all right, his administration's screwed. That's what they did during the last administration. I'll show you in a minute. Take a listen to this. Watch.
In the latest NBC News Des Moines Register Mediacom Iowa poll, he's at 51%. Governor Ron DeSantis at 19%. Nikki Haley at 16%. DeSantis has gained 3 points since October. Haley is unchanged. Given that, do the voters that John spoke with still support the former president? John, what did you find out?
Anderson, the president's support is strong. You see it, you feel it, you hear it. He's above 50% in that Iowa poll, the latest one, which is significant. First time he's been above 50%. But about half of the party still would prefer someone other than Trump. And this is anecdotal reporting. It's not data. It's not science. But in the voter group we've been following for 5 months now, we do notice, I would say, a shift toward Haley among Republican women. Now, can she build on it? They know they have 32 days to try to pull off a surprise.
Low rolling hills of southwest Iowa, Shannon Ebersol's happy place.
I'll just sit out here with my cows and take a breath, and everything goes back to the way that it should be.
Shopping for a conservative who doesn't scare her liberal friends.
I would lean towards Haley.
This is Priscilla Forsyth making Christmas crafts with friends in Sioux City. 5 months ago, when we first spoke, she was leading Vivek Ramaswamy.
I really got the feeling he's brilliant. He's got energy. He's young.
Now she urges friends to vote Haley.
Usually, to me, the debates don't make a big difference, but they kind of did this time.
They are really pushing Haley, folks. And when CNN does that, you know there's some bigger agenda. From what I'm hearing, it has to do with them realizing their current playbook is failing. Look, they've known that for a long time. All right, but we're getting close now. All right, there's what? 11 more months until the election. They know they have to do something because it's not working what they've been doing. And, you know, maybe they're going to continue with both tracks, but this is what people are saying. If they can't beat Trump in the election, even with all the cheap tricks that they're doing, like trying to throw the guy in jail, ruin him financially, they want to do what they did in 2016, infiltrate his cabinet, which they were able to do extremely successfully the last time around. Trump had more spies in his cabinet working against him than he did people working for him. Hopefully he realizes this and doesn't fall for the bait. You know, they probably think if they flatter him, if Nikki Haley comes out and starts saying nice things about Trump like she used to, they probably assume he might actually fall for it. Let's hope that doesn't happen. And to be clear, I'm not necessarily pro-Trump. I'm just anti-establishment. I'd honestly prefer to see somebody like Vivek Ramaswamy win. You know, I'm more of a libertarian, but if you put the choice between Trump and Biden, dude, Trump is hands down the better choice. Hands down. The world is burning right now, folks, under Joe Biden. We had 0 wars under Trump. Now we have 3 hot wars raging right now around the world, in all different parts of the world, even in our own hemisphere, with Venezuela about to invade Guyana. If we're not careful, a world war is possible, not to mention a 4th war expected to break out in early 2024 between China and Taiwan. Biden's just been a complete and utter disaster. All right, that wraps up this episode. If you enjoyed the video, got something out of it, press the like button. If you didn't, that's all right as well. Either way, I appreciate you watching.